Alrighty, good evening everyone. This is Senior Forecaster Cameron back here again, and I'm here to go over the tropics. I'm here to go over the potential severe weather as we get towards late tomorrow into your early part of your Tuesday here. And I'm also going to talk to you guys a little bit about the fall front within this 15-minute long blog here tonight, guys. So I'm going to start you guys off with the tropics here, and what we got out here right now, we have a disturbance off the southeastern coastline, has around an 80% chance of development over the next 5 days. That one is under the environmental conditions for that system is favorable for it to become at least a subtropical or a tropical system, but I do believe that system is going to be headed out to sea, so it's no threat to the Gulf Coast or even the U.S. mainland at all. But this is where everybody's attention lies right now. This is Tropical Storm Duran. I really hope I pronounced that name correctly here. Please correct me if I didn't pronounce that name correctly. But Tropical Storm Duran here, sitting at around 50 miles per hour, moving west at 14 miles per hour here, and I've been noticing changes within the track over the last day or so, because I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about here. Because earlier on, Goddess had it taking more of this track. Now it's taking more of a southerly track here, guys. So what's going on here is the further west it goes, the longer it takes for it to make that west-northwest turn. It's going to become more crucial between, the Dominican Republic and Haiti, even Puerto Rico here. Puerto Rico, as it currently stands, would spare a direct hit from Duran, but the Dominican Republic and Haiti would take a direct hit from this system here, which would help us out in terms of shredding apart Duran and making sure Duran doesn't become a major hurricane. But at the same time, with a direct hit to Dominican Republic in Haiti, you will look at the potential significant flooding, potential mudslides there. So it's kind of a coin toss there. Yes, it would be bad for them, be almost catastrophic for them, but at the same time, it would help us out down the road, because the mountain range in Haiti and the Dominican Republic would easily tear this system apart. And as you can clearly tell with the with guidance here, as soon as it leaves the Dominican Republic and Haiti, it automatically becomes a depression, because it gets shredded apart in Haiti and in the Dominican Republic here, guys. So that is a wait and see. But beyond Friday, this is where the question mark lies right here. Where does Duran go after it leaves Haiti and the Dominican Republic? Does it go out to sea into the Atlantic, or does it go into the Gulf of Mexico here? Because there's some guidance that's wanting to take this into the Gulf of Mexico, and there's some guys that's wanting to take this out to sea. Our best solution, our best hope is that it goes out to sea. But there is guidance, and it all depends on our pattern change, because if the southeast ridge is there and it shunts most of our coolest air towards the east, at the same time, that southeast ridge is going to steer wherever's left from Duran into the Gulf of Mexico. And I'm going to tell you now, the Gulf of Mexico is extremely favorable for the potential of explosive tropical development here. You've got temperatures 87, 88, 89 degrees. The shear's not too bad out there. So the Gulf of Mexico is basically ready and primed for tropical development here. But it all depends on the steering flow, because if you have that trough that does come down into the central and eastern half of the country, that's going to steer wherever's left from Duran, if he even makes it out to the Bahamas. There is guidance that completely kills it after it goes out of Haiti and the Dominican Republic because of the mountain range. So we will have to wait and see what emerges out of Haiti and the Dominican Republic before any questions were to be answered on potential U.S. impacts here. Because if it gets completely shredded apart and it completely dies, then we won't have to worry about anything. But if it somehow makes it, if a little center of circulation were to make it past Haiti and Dominican Republic, then we'll be looking at trouble. It'll be somewhat similar to what happened with Hurricane Harvey of 2017, where he went into the Caribbean, Eastern Caribbean, completely died. Shear just completely shredded that system apart, made it into the Yucatan Peninsula, but as soon as he got into the Gulf of Mexico, he just exploded off the Mexico and Texas coastline borders here just completely exploded and made a landfall in southeastern Texas here, guys. So even if this system were to at least hold on to a piece of itself, then it could easily regenerate and could become a future problem for us in the United States. But it's still a wait and see. There's a lot of uncertainties regarding Duran at this current time here, guys. So if you know anyone along the Gulf Coast, along the Florida coastline, even the southeast coastline, they need to be paying attention to what happens with the system, especially over the next week or so, because potential U.S. impacts could be possible, highly depending on how our overall pattern is between if this thing goes in the Gulf or it goes out to sea with this, guys. But overall, still a lot of questions need to be answered with this system here, guys. So, with that being said, there's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the potential severe weather as we get towards tomorrow here, guys. So part of our pattern change is going to be the cold front that's going to come down. And with that cold front coming down here, you will look at the potential of severe weather. But before you get any storms to develop, you will have to deal with the heat and humidity, guys. And there is excessive heat warnings out for the Fort Smith area here, guys, where heat index is near 110 and 115 degrees tomorrow here, guys. So there's high temperatures regarding the HRR model here, and just going for upper 80s, low 90s, mid to upper 90s across central and south Arkansas here, with heat indexes near 100 to 105 here. And I wouldn't be surprised if heat indexes were to be, if heat advisories were to be issued for southern Arkansas as we get towards tomorrow afternoon, possibly. It's all has to wait and see, but I'm thinking the excessive heat warning should stay where it's at, where the Fort Smith area is, where heat indexes could easily surpass 110 degrees here. But there's your cold front that's supposed to dive down from southeast Kansas into the natural state here, guys. And you can clearly tell where the cold front is, and what the HR wants to do tomorrow night is develop a squall line and push it through the natural state here, guys. And we will have to keep an eye on this, because there will be a lot of heat, there will be a lot of instability for this line to work with. So there could be the potential of severe weather along this line of thunderstorms as it pushes into the natural state here, guys. And beyond this period, it does swing this line of thunderstorms down into southern Arkansas here and completely clears us out for the day on Tuesday. So the threat of severe weather mainly is damaging winds, possibly hail. I'm not going to rule out an isolated tornado depending on how everything sets up, but I'm thinking damaging winds will be the primary threat with this potential line that could come through the natural state along the frontal boundary tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, into your early part of your Tuesday morning here, guys. So with that being said, here's the cold front. There's the GFS here, and it swings it through. There's your 1020 Canadian high. So temperatures on Tuesday are not going to be terrible here, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys Wednesday here, and low to mid 80s with dry air in place. That's not bad for this time of year. What I was afraid of is most of the coolest air that was suggested earlier in the week looks to be kind of shunted off towards the northeast a little bit, given that the southeast ridge is still there. So temperatures will kind of reflect that. I'm not thinking 70s anymore. I'm thinking more of low to mid 80s, but with that dry air being in place, it is going to make it feel a lot comfortable outside. And overnight lows could easily be in the 50s and 60s here, guys, but you can't beat that for late August or early September here. And there is some guidance that's wanting to swing another funnel boundary here, but beyond that, here we are right around 240 hours out. There's another funnel boundary that was to come down 10 days later as we get towards early September and into mid-September here, guys. So with that being said, there's a lot of things that need to be worked out with Tropical Storm Duran. We will have to wait and see on if he makes a Gulf of Mexico track, or does he make a an out-to-sea track. The funnel boundary that will come through as we get towards late tomorrow night into the early part of your Tuesday morning. Main threat with that is going to be potential damaging winds, possibly some large hail. I'm not going to rule out an isolated spin up or two along that line of thunderstorms, given that we could see a mesolow develop, but it's still a wait and see on how that plays out. So just don't be surprised if that marginal or that slight risk is pushed further into the state with the NATIV's Storm Prediction Center's outlook, which we will have for you guys first thing tomorrow morning with your AM chat. So, like I said before, I do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning into this video blog tonight. We will have more in terms of possible severe weather to get towards tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon here, guys. And we will be here all night long, tomorrow night and into Tuesday morning, regarding any potential severe weather here in the National State here, guys. So thank you guys for trusting Arkansas Weather Watchers as your #1 weather source, and y'all have a great rest of your Sunday night.